Knowingly, unknowingly, the karma is going to happen, and it is going to give you result. If it is bad, it is going to give you bad result. If it is good, then it is going to give you good result. Ninth house is a house of astrology. In KP, we believe that ninth house is a house of astrology. Ninth house is a house of father. Ninth house is also denoted third child. Ninth house is also denoted for long journey. Third house is small short journey, and long journey is ninth house. Higher studies is ninth house. Problem in profession is ninth house. Why? Because the profession is 10th house, and stability of profession is 10th house. So instability in profession is ninth house. Religion is ninth house. Practicing spiritual path is also ninth house. A pandit who is doing, or a pujari who is doing a puja at temple, so his ninth house is active. In some cases, we have seen if the ninth house is active, the person get detachment from the regular day-to-day life or family life. Ninth house is also known as Bhagya house. So it's a house of fortune. But if it is a house of fortune, then how it is producing problems for your profession?
Is depression also ninth house?
No, depression is going to happen due to moon position. If moon get connects with 8th and 12th, then the depression is going to come. Very simple calculation. If you see the moon is getting connected with 8th house and 12th house, then that particular person will have depression.
But detachment, okay, so maybe detachment from the family is first house.
Yes.
So depression will have little bit of a significance from detachment from the family.
See, the lagna is our head, right?
Right,
First is our head.
sure.
So if the detachment is happening, definitely a depression is going to affect our head. So if lagna is also getting connected with 8 and 12, then again it is a very bad and very difficult position.
Sure. And if the fifth also gets, if the sixth also, no, sorry, fifth also gets connected, then sorry, if the fourth anyways, so sorry. So if fourth connects with one, 8 and 12, of course, if the moon connects with 8 and 12, depression, but if connects with 4 also, then can we say that the gentleman or the person will never able to come out of that depression?
Hmm. No, you are probably trying to understand this from the recovery perspective, right? And
Right.
you are saying that fourth house is unrecoverable. It's not like that actually.
Okay.
Moon. We need to take out moon from the energy of 8 and 12. That's it. If the moon is very in a like bad position, and it
Mm.
is not yet getting connected with a good houses like second house, 11th house, right? So then it is going to cause that that person is not going to come out from a depression until unless there is a very good dasha which is making him a
Got
happy
you.
life.
Thank you so much for the clarifications.
Yeah, because all the things are going to depend on the Mahadasha, Antardasha, which is running, because they are going to influence your life and the period of life.
Sure.
So ninth house, why it is making you detached or trying to reduce the effect of a regular family? Because spiritual life always slowly and gradually, it is spiritual path can detach you from the regular life which you are having, because it wants you to if we say like the spiritual path, it produces a situation where isolation comes into the picture. So you need to leave everything, right? The people always try to follow spiritual path. They say that we will ultimately reach to a level where we can go and achieve moksha.
Right.
But what is moksha?
Detachment from the social life.
Not only
Spiritual.
from social life. That is a strange thing. Moksha is detachment from everything, absolute everything.
Right, right. Desire, love, everything. Correct.
So I say that I am in a stage where I'm 60 years of age. Now it is a time I should practice and follow the spiritual path so that I will reach to a level where moksha. So do you have a detachment with your family, with your child, with your grandson or granddaughter? So all type of detachment is required. That's why the people in an old age, in an ancient age, you have seen that they leave the house, they go to Himalayas, they go to jungles to do the meditation and leave everything. That is what the path of doing moksha. It is not like that we are having a pizza and then we are thinking that we will be in the evening I will do a meditation and I will get into a level where I will reach moksha. So moksha means we also leave our
Everything.
like everything, like the food which you like, that also you need to leave.
Yeah.
The
Sacrifice.
money, yeah, correct. Sacrifice everything. The sacrifice is thing like you have affection and you need to sacrifice, right? But the thing
Absolutely.
is, the moksha is you need to have total detachment. You don't have any need. You don't have any desire. The correct word is we are not having any desire.
Right.
That is where we can start the first step to be in a moksha. That is the first step to
Right.
leave all the desireness.
Right. Can we say people who practice meditation, right? I do understand that's not a moksha, but it's one step in the moksha. So can we say people who are good in meditation or they practice meditation, they will have ninth house activated?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you.
But meditation is also a planet which is Saturn, right? So
Right.
what meditation does? Do you know what is meditation?
Peace of mind, peace of mind, and then it basically concentrates concentration.
Okay.
Head.
Okay. So generally
Step.
what happens is meditation is like in day-to-day activity, what we do is we think from the mind and mind instruct us to do the things, right? In meditation, we say the mind, stay calm, don't think, and let's have a pause, right? So we are trying to control the mind during meditation. We are trying to energize our soul during meditation. We are instructing mind not to control, stay pause, because we are energizing ourselves from our heart chakra, which is the soul. Right? So meditation is to pause the mind for a few seconds. So why we say that relax, don't think anything, concentrate in one thing. Why? Because we are asking mind to think, not to think the multiple things which are going out and very rapidly in our mind, right? Okay, probably I need to take out some cash for tomorrow, I need to buy this tomorrow, and we have some office work which I need to complete. I'm about to reach the deadline. So these tensions, these discussions, these things which are running in your mind, So we want them to be paused for a few seconds. Maybe few seconds, few minutes. It depends on what sort of practice you have. It's very difficult to control the mind. So people say we close our eyes, we do slow breathing, and we are doing meditation. But it is not. Absolutely not. The meditation is what? Is controlling and pausing the mind for a few minutes or a few interval, right? A particular time period. You are trying to pause it, and you need to be not thinking anything. A shunya. What is it? Zero. Nothing. Yeah? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So am I making sense?
Oh, a lot, sir. Thank you so much. It's wonderful.
Okay. So ninth house is a path to spiritual. So that's why Guru, who gives you a knowledge about right path, that is why ninth house is Guru. In the old age, in the ancient age, we always say the Guru is going to take you to right path because he has the knowledge to be in a right path. So previous lives, in the ancient life, the Guru were following the correct path. So when we are teaching something to anyone, we always expect that the same thing I am following. But that is not happening nowadays. Even if parents are teaching something to their children, probably they are not following it. So how they can be a correct Guru? Right? The Guru means he is following the same path. And the same path, whichever he want to teach. So before teaching, he need to follow the same things. That is why ninth house is Guru.
Got you.
Father, mother, they are also a teacher. So they also there in that particular level of Guru. But in ancient ages, we always say the Guru is more superior than our parents as well. But I believe Guru and parents, they are in the same level. Because when you just come to this world, even your parents have taught you each and everything which you need to understand to be in this life. They are your first Guru. So you cannot forget them.
Absolutely.
If we are respecting our Gurus, then only we will prosper in our life. That is what the auspiciousness comes to your life when we follow the path of our Guru. That is ninth house. Okay.
Got you, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Sure. So now if Jupiter sits on the ninth house, I do understand that it will be very powerful because it's own house, right? Now, if Rahu sits on ninth house, can we say that there will be a problem in education? There will be all the good things will have an impact on a pretty higher note in a general.
We don't really state the predictions with the placement of a planet in KP, but still, so Rahu, what it gives is, if let's say your fourth house sublord connects with Rahu and Rahu sitting in the ninth house, so what we say is that person will do higher education. But what will be the level? So that means he will do the higher education. As it is a Rahu, he will get dissatisfaction from that higher education.
Okay.
If fourth house sublord gets connect with Jupiter and it is in ninth house, that person will gain the higher education. He will gain the proper knowledge and the essence of that particular thing, and he will able to use it. But wherever Jupiter sits, it gives some problem in one of the karaka of that particular house. So maybe one of the karaka of that house, he will face a pain. like from father. Probably he will not have a good relationship with the father, or he will not be able to respect his father. Either his knowledge will be affected, either his relationship with father will be affected, or either it will create issues following his spiritual path or a religion. Because what happens is Jupiter is a planet which gives big results, strong results, right? And wherever it is sitting in the 9th house, which is again in a Kalpurish Kundli, the 9th house owned by Jupiter. So Jupiter is a planet which is like, as I said, that it is going to detach you from where? From your regular life, from your married life, because as it is a spiritual path. So when Jupiter sits there, again, it is not good for your marriage life. Maybe it is good for your spiritual path, maybe it is good for your education, but it is not good for your marriage life. So if I say, like, people say, no, good, Jupiter is in 9th house, is very good, and we should follow the spiritual path. I agree. But the thing is, if you full-fledgedly follow the spiritual path with the proper rules, then I would believe you should have born in a jungle. Why you have born in the city? In a family where we are following a tradition to have a family, have children, and enjoy your life. So there you need to control the energies of Jupiter in the 9th house, not to make it excessive. If you make excessive, you will face problems in your marriage life. So making a planet very strong, maybe sometime it is going to create problem if it is not in a good position or a favorable position for a particular activity. Right?
Yep. Thank you, sir.